solemn ceremony ushered in the Israeli embassy's commemoration of Holocaust Day. The Filipino who opened the doors of the Philippines to Jews who fled the genocide was also remembered. Naomi Tiburcio reports.
Today, martyrs and heroes of Holocaust, or the genocide of Jews in Europe during the Second World War, was remembered. An estimated 6 million Jews were killed from 1941 to 1945 by the Germany's Nazi Party and Hitler's Third Reich. In a solemn ceremony led by the Embassy of Israel officials, along with guests and students, they all together lit candles, offered prayers, sang traditional Jewish tunes, and joined Israel in a 2-minute of silence to remember the helpless members of the Jewish community harassed, tortured, and terminated during World War II. The Israel Embassy Chief of Mission herself shared how her family suffered during the Holocaust.
And a big part of my family was murdered in a pit in Babi Yar. And the fact that I'm standing here as an official representative of the State of Israel is a sign of a victory of the Jewish nation.
Although far from Europe, and as the Philippines facing its own predicament during these years, one heroic Filipino was remembered by the Embassy of Israel: former President Manuel Quezon. During the 1930s, the Philippines opened its doors to more than 1,000 Jewish refugees under the leadership of former President Manuel Quezon. Quezon's heroic gesture yielded in the continuously strengthening relations between Israel and the Philippines. In 2013, after the onslaught of Yolanda, one descendant of a Jewish refugee in the Philippines went to Blumenthal, executive director of the Jewish Association of the Philippines, and had said,
"I want to bring a 150-person medical team to the Philippines to supply the relief, and it's very important to me because my mother and my grandparents were part of the 1,300 Jews saved by President Quezon."
One known descendant of a Jewish refugee is Elizabeth Zimmerman, President Rodrigo Duterte's former wife.
Never, never again. We should never shut our eyes for any atrocities. And the role model that was presented here in the Philippines, our President Manuel Quezon, is a role model for all the world.
Although Holocaust was 75 years ago and now a part of history all should read about and remember, its relevance in the digital age is how it stands as a beacon to heroism and a challenge to each and everyone to speak out against oppression and inhumanity as our duty to our neighbor. Naomi Tiburcio, for the Nation.
Beyond the headlines,
It's news with a different perspective.
before the day ends,
For events that shape our views and impacts the world around us.
we keep you up to speed.
With Richmond Cruz and Charms Espina. PTV News Headlines, your comprehensive nightly news source, only here.